it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turyatita, in your whole being and doing. Manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift. Playing with life. Playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Into the science, let's understand science of our manifestation. Science of our manifestation is authentic, time-tested, scientific, and foolproof. Scientific because all the things are repeatable, and its manifestation is the evidences to go with the science of our manifestation from the Shastras first, the scriptures. Shastra Pramana, the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Vedas and the Agamas. Apta Pramana, Aptas are the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nainamas, Alvar, Siddhas. All of them are authority of Hinduism, manifesting all the powers of Paramashiva. Atma Pramana, account of His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar's personal experience of power manifestation. Shakshi Pramana, the experience of millions of disciples, devotees, followers all around the world, initiated by Bhagavan into the science of power manifestation. Pratyaksha Pramana, the scientific study, measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. Again and again, Bhagavan beautifully gives us the Pramanas to understand that higher superconsciousness, who we are, the pure existence of us as superconscious being. Each one of us can manifest all these powers. The evidence are clearly shown that they have done this, and we can experience that as our reality. Let's go to the Shastra Pramana. Shastra Pramana are from the Veda Agamas, eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures. This is for the power of teleportation. Scriptural reference from Spanda Karika, section 3, Vibhuti Spanda, Sutra 3.4, 3.5.
3.5 यथा हि अर्थो स्फुतो दृष्ट सावधानेऽपि चेतसि भूयः स्फुटतरो भाति स्वबलोद्योगभावितः तथा यत्परमार्थेन येन यत्र यथा स्थितं तत्तथा बलमाक्रम्य न चिरात् सम्प्रवर्तते.
This is from, source is from Spanda Karika, section 3, Vibhuti Spanda, Sutra 3.4, 3.5. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, indeed, just as an object or static matter, which in spite of all the attentiveness of the mind is perceived and seen indistinctly at first, then appears and manifests more distinctly and clearly when observed with the strength of one's visual power. So when the yogi restores to the power of Spanda, the dynamic activity in its highest essential nature of oneness with Paramashiva, then whatever thing or object or idea which is static matter or exist as its highest dimension in the whichever forms of the matter, whichever place or time, whichever state or dimension, that thing or the object at once appears and manifests in that very way by the nature of its strategic existence. In simple way, Bhagavan said in one small sentence, static matter, which is Paramashiva, who you are, the static matter, the dynamic activity, the actions, the perceiving of your reality as per and strategic existence, your deep core cognition, the will that you have, not what you want you manifest in your life, what you believe, what you have digested, and what you are digested, what comes out as your reality. And that is exactly the sutra is talking about, how we exist as the highest consciousness, as matter. If you understand quantum, exactly the same thing will be as a quantum mechanics, where the quantum particle, how it assembles and how it acts and how it is existing, still people are not able to comprehend and use it as a reality. But the great science has been known to the rishis, munis, ganas, nainamas, alvars, siddhas. All of them who are initiated into all these powers were able to manifest all these powers, how to use the quantum and next quantum space of manifesting our reality. Our reality, when we are stuck with outer world, we are stuck with small problem. It's like we are stuck in the school with some problem, but when we mature into a college, we is so simple for us, we didn't know why we even struggle with those things. Same way, how we can understand the higher reality, all that we are struggling will simply be in a very simple solution once we understand the bigger cognition. Bhagavan has beautifully given us the ultimate science that we can manifest as powers. And why do we need to manifest powers? Each of these powers remove the block inside us and create a deep completion that we start living with more auspiciousness and abundance, as health, as wealth, as relation, as new creation of our job, and the ultimate oneness of Paramashiva itself. So the whole science starts manifesting from the way we exist. Bhagavan says, doing the power manifestation is the tapas in nowadays. We don't have to go outside and stand on one leg and do all the tapas. Bhagavan has done that. It's like we don't have to reinvent the bulb to have our light in our homes. Somebody has done that. Bhagavan says, I have done all that tapas for you. And now all I ask you is to sit relaxed, entangle with me, and manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Few moments, simply it manifests as reality. Such a easy way Bhagavan has given. How in technology things have become very easy for us to send a mail or make a phone call, which was impossible 40 years back. To send a mail, it took like ages if you have to go across the globe. But now it's just click away. Same way, now we don't have to do tapas like Ravana for 1,000 years or Vishwamitra for 10,000 years. We can just sit back with a coffee cup or a chocolate cup and entangle with Bhagavan, be in that oneness space and manifest as powers. And those few seconds that we manifest as powers again and again, when you experience the bliss, you will know the higher reality, how you exist and how these powers are manifested. More and more the fluttering period settles down. Fluttering period is you don't know how it happens and why it happens, but more and more you start manifesting these powers, simply you start understanding how it is happening. Paramashiva, it just manifests as reality. So let's go to the Apta Pramana. Apta Pramanas are the rishis, munis, ganas, nainamas, alvars, siddhas who have manifested all these powers. This is from the source is from the devotee of Sai Baba, and this is in the paragraph, sixth line. It says so beautifully, you can see the picture how they wanted blessings for some material they had prepared, and simply they saw the vibhuti appear on all of that. Another miracle happened just 2 days ago, 23rd November, in the just before the Jayanti celebration, Bhagwan's birthday celebration. They had so much of packet, 88 packet, give the food to nearly needy people and prepared 88 food packets. To the surprise, more than 300 people showed up. They did not have enough food. They chanted 108 times Gayatri and 108 times Sai Gayatri throughout the night, and the morning they served not 88 but 300 but 500 people. How it increased, they don't know. And simply happens when you are in the oneness with Paramashiva. And many a times we have seen that happening in the Adinams also, when Bhagavan's Annalaya simply starts giving away the food, it doubles and doubles and simply starts happening more and more. It is there. And also there is one more clipping of how Baba is doing the Abhishekam. Sai Baba is doing the Abhishekam, and you can see it pouring of vibhuti just like that from an empty pot. The same pot is being lifted and it is held upside down in a very mild way. It's not like as though somebody is holding a heavy pot. It'll be completely different the way you hold the pot, but it's an empty pot, and completely it starts showering on the deity. All these are not just some hand trick or magic, but something beyond that. How does it occur? How does it happen? And all these are beautifully shown how Baba is materialized so many times, all these vibhuti and kumkum. These are some of the devotees, Shakshi Pramana, who have manifested and teleported from one point to another. And beautifully they say how the Meru has completely taken all the kumkum from the other Meru. You can see it. And also scientific study has clearly shown there is a physical evidence of teleportation of structures ranging from the sacred ash to a larger object across the continent. Example, Nithyananda Paramashivam, Bengaluru Adinam, to several international locations. And that we'll see right now also, the teleportation which happens miles together across, and so beautifully it manifests as reality. Bhagavan is initiating in the Atma Pramana. Atma Pramana, where Bhagavan is initiating the Singapore center and the deities are manifesting the kumkum and vibhuti that Bhagavan sent. Doing the Prana Pradishta, Bhagavan himself narrates.
The Prana Pratishtha, along with the Prana Pratishtha of Durga Devi, we also had Prana Pratishtha of Nithyanandeshwara, Nithyanandeshwari and Nithyananda in Singapore. The Singapore deities were consecrated, the Prana Pratishtha was done, and after the Prana Pratishtha I said Kumkum and Vibhuti will materialize, and it has already started materializing on the deities. Means the Prana Pratishtha is done. Beautiful. Now the Singapore temple and Sangha will happen beautifully, and Nithyanandeshwara, Nithyanandeshwari and Nithyananda, who are now gracing the Singapore, will bless the whole Singapore.
So beautiful that Bhagavan is blessing the whole Singapore Adinam to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Let's start with the guidelines and instruction for manifesting the powers. If you have the Jnananjan in your locket, please take it. This is the Kantamala. The locket is there. And if you have, take it and apply in your third eye and your temples. And please keep all the phones recording on with the timestamp. These are such a beautiful moment to record how it moves from one location to another location. You can keep a couple of cups with basma, or you can have Jnananjan, you can have turmeric, you can have sandalwood, you can have kumkum, any of the powders that you can have, hold it in cups that you already know where it is. And on the other side, you can have closed cup or open cup, but completely take a picture of it before you start the whole thing, so that you know authentically there is nothing, absolutely nothing in those cups which you're going to teleport to. You can do teleport across to somebody's place, that you can call them, tell them that you are manifesting for them, and simply they will be blessed when they receive the teleportation. When it assembles, when it is the whole thing becomes into quantum and then reassembles as matter, consciousness to matter. It is blessed by Paramashiva, so it becomes a prasada. You can receive the prasada from Bhagavan and use it for healing any of the things. All these are huge healing material that we can use it as our quantum space that we have experienced with Bhagavan, the oneness space that you experience with Bhagavan, the Paramashiva space, who you are, the original space that you have manifested such an amazing possibility which is can't be experienced anywhere else other than the Kailash courtyard, where Bhagavan's presence is there in each one of you manifesting these powers. All these powers are manifested by Bhagavan himself through you when you are in the oneness with Paramashiva. When you understand that there is something more than the body and the mind, which is the auspicious space that you can all experience. When you go into that space of oneness, simply you are entangling with him in quantum space and materializing or teleporting the vibhuti into the other place, which is quite possible that we saw the evidences. Now let's sit straight with the head, neck and spine in a straight line. And once you're set with all these cups, start the record button, and let's sit straight with the head, neck and spine in a straight line. Bring Paramashiva, Parashakti in your third eye again and again, and unclutch. What is unclutch? From everything that you know, everything other than consciousness, other than Paramashiva, every thought is unclutched from everything that we know as our identity, and only hold on to Paramashiva as our identity. Sit as 25 heads and 75 eyes and 50 hands as Paramashiva, the static matter and dynamic activity as Parashakti, how her gesture, how her smile, how her looks, how her laugh, how she is expressing and showering with the bones, how her care, her compassion, everything. Just go on and on with that experience of oneness. Complete completion to experience the space of Paramashiva, and unclutch to experience the state. When completion becomes permanent, then the unclutch becomes the state, and nobody can remove the state. One, it becomes the state of Paramashiva. That is the best tyaga that we can experience. Shakti Pada, only at the Shakti Pada, how our great laptop you have, cell phone you have, unless you charge it, it's of no use. Same way, unless you have Shakti Pada, how much ever you do the puja or listen to the satsang or whatever you're doing is not going to become reality till you have the Shakti Pada, and that is developed also by us. We are not born with understanding of all these things, but the minute we understand, we surrender to Paramashiva is way we can manifest all the powers. Continuously chant the Mahavakya. Nobody is born with all these skills and nobody knows all these skills. If you see Bhagavan's avatar's Leela, that when he is born, he enacts the whole thing, that he has no idea of all these things and goes through everything step by step to show us that how humans can manifest the higher reality consciously by engaging ourselves into these great signs. So chant the Mahavakya. Bhagavan has sat in Chandi Homas weeks and days chanting and doing the homas and pujas to showcase how our cognition will shift into the thoughtless space when we are in deep oneness with Paramashiva. Again and again, go back to that space of oneness to experience the Paramashiva space in you. Now, let's start entangling with Bhagavan, rather, Bhagavan entangling with us. When we are in the oneness space, simply he can entangle with us and manifest as power, and completely in thoughtless that Bhagavan can manifest any reality through us. Shiva Sankalpa becomes Mama Sankalpa. Simply he knows the higher signs that we are waiting to manifest this reality, and it gets into the reality to showcase us that we don't have to do anything, even think about it for a minute to manifest something in our life. All we need to do is how you pay something and you don't have to worry, and simply you get the product. Same way, you are in oneness with Paramashiva. You get the reality happen in around you, manifested so beautifully. So let's start chanting the Mahavakya. Let's sit straight with the head, neck, and spine in a straight line. And bring Paramashiva, Parashakti again and again to your third eye. And start chanting the Mahavakya loudly with listening to it in the center of the sound, so that your thoughts are not going anywhere except locked in the chanting of Mahavakya. Let's start chanting the Mahavakya.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us.
Paramashivoham, 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 Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us.
Paramashivoham, 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 Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham,
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes.
Paramashivoham,
Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham,
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes.
Paramashivoham,
Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up.
Paramashivoham,
Manifest in all of us.
Paramashivoham, 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 Paramashivoham,
Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Such a beautiful space that all of us are experiencing, seeing all this teleporting in all over the place. Yes, you have deities, you have padukas, that's also fine. And you're seeing that it is teleporting on the deities or paduka or your hand. You can also have the cell phone light on your hand, and you can check if there is the gold glitters. It has to be shiny, not oily. Make sure it's not the sweat. It's everything you know is a manifestation. How in life we are so caught up in the society teaching us that we have to think, plan, and have ideas, cognition, only then we can do anything, any work, any action in our life. But manifestation is a possibility in us where just by the power of will, just a thought could make something as reality. And that thought being Paramashiva makes all the things as our reality. We are learning the higher science, how we need to exist as superconscious beings. We know how to exist as a logical, intellectual, and ultimately in the outer world successful people. But here Bhagavan is teaching us whether you're successful or not. Here the manifestation is how you exist. You run your whole body, which is so complicated, including your breathing. Even when you're in coma, you are able to breathe. And even the deepest sleep, when you're given anesthesia, your heart is beating. All that is functioning so beautifully and in such a synchronicity and regenerating itself for all that which is happening, we are dumping in our body. It's like we dump a lot of system in the planet Earth, and still the planet Earth, like Ganga, keeps herself very clean. If we stop dumping, Ganga becomes clean, Bhagavan says. Same thing when we do the Nirahara Samyama or Pachapatni Vridam, simply our body gets purified. The detox programs, the Haritaki, morning yoga, the neem juice, all that detox and raises us to the higher reality. How we stop dumping in our body raises ourselves to the higher consciousness again and again, the toxin, because we are only feeding the microbes and bacteria. Now the science has proven that gut bacteria runs our brain. 90% of our brain is run by gut bacteria, the parasites which are sitting in our body. We are only 46% of human, and the rest is all the trillion cells of the parasites which are making all the decision in our body. Bhagavan beautifully says, when you do the Pachapatni Vridam or the Nirahara Samyama or eat one meal a day, simply that settles down and we can reflect consciousness. And how we function with consciousness is manifestation. Manifestation is the original way of how we exist. The plants do not decide which is the place that we need to go and how we have to do things. The monkeys or the birds do not even die in front of us. They know where to go and die, leave their body. Only we don't know. We just collapse in a restaurant or a plane or anywhere we want. Even the birds and animals know very clearly, even today by nature, when they are going to leave the body, that they are going to leave the body and they go and stay in somewhere where it's not open to public. So the very nature of us also is superconscious being, and how we exist and how we manifest our reality. That is the science we are learning, not just manifesting, moving an object from one place to another. We can just pour it another cup and finish it. But what is it actually happening inside us is a breakthrough, just a conscious breakthrough, that we understand that we are not just the body, we are not just the mind, but there is something beyond intelligence which can be used for functioning in our life. And that happens where we don't have to do anything except be in the Paramashanta Swarupa space inside and be in the oneness space with Paramashiva again and again. Bring the space of Paramashiva, Parashakti in us. Just by thinking of them, Parashakti and Paramashiva, can we manifest? Yes, we can manifest any reality when we are able to get grounded in the higher states of consciousness. Simply, we can manifest any reality in front of us. And that is what we showed the evidences, how it has happened. And every one of us have experienced many times. Bhagavan beautifully says, any day the food can be changed, but you still use your only to eat, whether it's 10,000 years before or now, we use our mouth only to eat. Same way, we manifest any reality. Once you understand you can move a coconut in the hand, you can manifest all the powers of Paramashiva, because I am there, you recognized me, and you can recognize again and again and again. So with that powerful space, let's sit as Parashakti, Paramashiva, and start chanting the Mahavakya. We're going to have one more cycle, quick one. And let's start chanting and see what happens as Paramashiva giving us the prasada today. So don't stay tuned. Don't go before the end of the Power manifestation, all these great space of all of us sitting all over the world and manifesting such a beautiful conscious space. It's something that beyond that happens in our life, even if it is done very little. That's why after each of the dhyana mantra or satsang or any of that, Bhagavan gives a greatest blessing. Immediately he asks each one of us to manifest powers for it to get grounded in us. When you do the yoga, your kundalini gets grounded. Same way, when you do the power manifestation, the consciousness, who you are, get more and more recognized in you. So let's start chanting the Mahavakya deeply and listening to it. And remember Paramashiva in your third eye. Sit straight with your head, neck and spine in a straight line. Please close all the gadgets for a few minutes and chant the Mahavakya along with Bhagavan, entangling with Bhagavan, and simply manifest the reality. Yes, you can keep your cell phones for recording for a few minutes while you chant the Mahavakya intensely.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham,
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes.
Paramashivoham,
Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up,
Paramashivoham,
manifest in all of us.
Paramashivoham, 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 Paramashivoham,
Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham,
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes.
Paramashivoham,
Let the Amrita pour, let the Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us.
Paramashivoham. 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 Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Beautiful. Now you can verify authentically whatever you have manifested. Now we are going to share. Why do I need to share? I have manifested or not manifested. I've been there doing all the chanting. And now why should I now share with the world? That's a beautiful question that we all have. Why so much of sharing is going on? But if you see the whole thing, all the time is we are sharing our words continuously. We cannot be without sharing our words. And words can align to higher reality. What would happen? What we eat is our body. What we speak is our mind. If you constantly speak, you are Paramashiva, you are the quantum, you are the oneness, you are Paramashiva Parashakti, what would happen to your inner space, the mind, will start reflecting you as that. That is the easiest way. Bhagavan says, beware, you are listening to yourself more than anybody. The first person who listens is you. If you keep on telling that I have this problem, that problem, after a few days you will see yourself having that problem. But if you very clearly say, I am Paramashiva, I am Parashakti, even if you don't believe, after a few days you will start seeing miracles happening all around you. Because you are nothing but your words, not what you want life happens. What you are, what's the word that you use becomes your reality. That is why Bhagavan keep on saying, share everything, share everything, share the powerful cognition, share the satsang transcript, share the videos, cross post the videos and share the links. Why is because constantly we are continuously holding that Paramashiva space when we are sharing, when we are hashtagging, when we are talking about what we are experiencing, even if somebody is not liking it. But again and again, when you're telling, somewhere they feel there's something should be there that you are experiencing. And extreme manifestation is extreme causing. You see somebody manifest all these powers, simply you know that you can also manifest these powers, and the shift happens in you. Same way, when you share all the 8 billion people who are not here. You are blessed because you are listening to this. Even to listen to this, you must be blessed to be here. Bhagavan says, do Anga Pradakshina. Just go around yourself and thank yourself that you're here to hear this moment and experience this moment with Paramashiva in the Kailash courtyard. It's not very blessed by everybody to be here. You can see how many people in the world are attending all these things. So understand how much you're blessed and give your blessings to others. When you share your blessings to others, simply it reflects n times back to you. So the easiest way is to have the gratitude space and type 2 lines, the powerful cognition that you experienced and the power manifestation pictures, videos, or in words. You can share it in tinyurl.com/power manifestation and tag it to your friends and family. Or you can share it in your social media and tag you are Paramashiva. And that is not some mythology, some joke, or some strategy, but it is the very nature of who you are. In any of the sciences that you go through, all that points to the same thing. We are consciousness and we also materialize as body and mind. How in the dream we are sleeping, but we are seeing ourselves do everything in the dream. Same way, the pure consciousness is how we exist, the higher reality that each one of us can experience, and because it is a science and continuously manifest our reality. Thanking Bhagavan and drop a dollar coin as a donation, as your contribution when you press the dollar sign at the end of the YouTube chat. Why do you need to do that? The best thing that you can understand is when you start contributing, you are contributing to your space of Kailasha inside you. There's nothing that we pay for somebody else. We pay the car loans for our car, not for somebody else. Same way we pay for these things for our inner space Kailasha to happen, because that's how we recognize ourselves in the outer world. The more and more you showcase yourself to the outer world and tell the world that you are manifested powers, you are Paramashiva, you become Paramashiva. And it is not something funny or something like you have to feel shy about, but you are the powerful space. There is nothing to feel about that. Even after some time, they'll say, oh, please bless me. I'm going through this. I have this problem. Please bless me. Then you can tell very clearly, now you want Paramashiva to manifest in your life. And simply they will understand they need that help, because especially now everybody needs that help of Paramashiva manifesting in their life. So share it with the world. They can also be blessed and raised to the higher superconsciousness. Thank you, each one of you, to be in the session to manifest all these powers of Paramashiva. And let's thank Bhagavan. Surrender all these powers and powerful cognition to Bhagavan's lotus feet. Every time you surrender to Bhagavan's lotus feet, you expand in the cognition more deeper and deeper. With a deep gratitude and earning, ask Bhagavan to make the Paramashiva space as your reality. Thanking each one of you, let's end the session with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate Om